Do you remember 2021 when every random dog coin printed 10x overnight? Yeah guys, scratch that playbook. 2025's bull run is built different. And if you're still waiting for the anything pumps and everything pumps altcoin season, you are already late. Because for altcoins, liquidity is thin, VCs exit fast, and the SEC is lurking on the dance floor. Meanwhile, Bitcoin just grabbed Wall Street's tuxedo, sprinted past the velvet rope, and stole all the champagne. Why? Because ETFs, sovereign wealth bids, and hard-coded scarcity are finally colliding. But here's the kicker guys, 5 mega catalysts could still trigger a real super cycle. You can think of the Fed pivot, US stablecoin law, Solana ETF, and tokenized treasuries flooding DeFi. Those aren't TikTok dream guys, they are bills already in Congress and filings on the SEC's desk. In the next few minutes guys, I will show you exactly how I am positioning myself for this super cycle, which altcoins I am getting into, why I am getting into them, and I will also share with you my exact playbook that could help everyone out there make this bull run the best of their lives. So guys, make sure that you smash that like and strap in, and let's turn chaos into reality, because the smartest money of 2025 is moving now and you're about to see where it is headed. So let's get right into it guys. So guys, thanks for joining in yet again. I promise you that this video is going to be one of the most crucial videos that you watch all year around. So make sure that you watch this one till the very end. I spent a whole lot of time to find the alpha for you all, to find everything that has led me to this playbook that I'm going to be sharing with you all. This video could very well be sold for thousands of dollars because that is the type of content that I'm going to be sharing with you all. So pay attention guys, grab a notebook and basically just start taking some notes. So first off, let's get right into the chart of Bitcoin. As you can see, we are still downtrending. Some people might call it some sort of a bullish flag, which might be breaking out towards the upside very soon. But again, in my opinion guys, we are still stuck in some sort of a consolidation. Maybe we are just forming some sort of an A, B, C, D, and E, which would also be called some sort of an ending diagonal, which I did mention in my previous update. So nothing has basically changed. We are looking for a 3-wave move towards the upside at the moment. If that happens, then that is going to be a very crucial zone of shorting in my opinion. So I'm still not going long on Bitcoin. However guys, one potential scenario that could get us way lower from where we are currently trading at is this one, which is a massive impulse towards the downside, which could be also a larger A, B, and C. Alright, now in this case guys, we very well know about one single fact, which is the overlap between wave 1 and wave 4. So it is not wise to say that this has the highest probability. I really do not like this scenario, but again, a lot of people are calling for $92,000 to $93,000. So this is how you can actually get to $92,000 to $93,000. It's a Saturday right now. So let's see how things actually unfold next week starting from Monday. But again, from this particular scenario, we are basically looking for our wave C structure, which has to be some sort of an impulse, which if I zoom in, you will be able to see much more clearly. So we have our wave 1, this was your wave 2 towards the upside, then this is your wave 1 inside of the larger wave 3, which is going to be something like this. After this wave 1, we had a wave 2 right around here, we got rejected. Now this is basically an impulsive move towards the downside. Again, we can count it as a 5-wave structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is why I'm still leaning that I'm not going to remove this particular scenario from my folders. I'm still having it right here. But again, I still think that there are not high probabilities for this scenario to play out. If this has to play out guys, then basically we are looking for a wave 4, 5, and then another 4 and a 5. That would end our correction. Your most common zones of support for this particular scenario or price targets are sitting between these levels right here. Your minimum price target is sitting at 101,250. Below that, we have a very strong zone of confluence between 96.6K and 99.5K. So in case we starts to roll back towards the downside, this is the region where I would be paying a whole lot of attention. All right, so this is what we have for Bitcoin right now. If there is anything that changes, I will make sure that I update it in the premium channel. If you're interested, the link is given in the description section below. Now let's get right into the meat of this video guys, which is the playbook. All right. And if you hang in there till the very end, I will also share a few plays that I shared with the 100x members earlier on. All right. So right here, guys, why are our altcoins not moving? This is precisely the reason. We have three different reasons. First off, Bitcoin has all the attention, and I'll talk about it in just a moment. Right now, there is not enough attention for our altcoins, and mostly all of the new money that is coming into the crypto markets is getting into Bitcoin, and that is why Bitcoin is not suffering as much as the altcoins are suffering so far. All right. The second reason is going to be the shiny object syndrome. People are really not loyal anymore to their altcoin bags, and they move from one to another, hoping that the new one is going to give them returns much faster than the previous one. But then what happens is that the previous one starts to pump, and then they sell the new one, and then they come back into the previous one, and then the new one also starts to pump. If you are also caught up in this exact same situation, this video is going to be even more beneficial and important for you all. Now, the last reason is definitely one that almost everybody will agree with me, and that is we have limited food but too many plates. What does that mean? Basically, guys, the liquidity that is coming into the markets or that is getting out of Bitcoin into altcoins is very limited at the moment, and there is no scenario where you are getting a whole lot of new fresh liquidity into altcoins without getting into Bitcoin first as of now, right? But again, we have a whole lot more altcoins compared to previous cycles, and every single day, guys, we are getting one after the other. These altcoins look really, really good. You know, as far as what they promise us that they are going to be doing, the roadmap, the idea behind the coins, they all look really good. So we want to be getting into each and every play, and we want to be getting exposed to each and every altcoin out there, which looks good, right? And that is what is the problem right here, because we have limited liquidity. Everybody has limited capacity to buy altcoins, right? But then the number of altcoins have increased quite a lot, and that is precisely the reason, guys, why we are not getting an altcoin season. Because if you have to divide the same amount of food into a whole lot of plates out there, then again, guys, you are going to get very little food on each table, or I would say on each plate. And that is exactly what is going on, and that is exactly why altcoins are not moving. So first off, we have to analyze what is the problem in the market. Then we can look for what could be the solution, right? So let's get into the next part of the playbook, which is going to be much more exciting. So guys, the next question is, what is fueling the leftover for this bull run? Why is Bitcoin not going down? Why is it still not the end of the cycle? Now, the only reason why it is happening is because of these 5 catalysts as I have given you right here. The first one is ETF inflows for Bitcoin even when it is trading above $100,000. BlackRock is continuously buying Bitcoin at these prices. What does that mean? They believe that the price is going higher. Now again, it's not just BlackRock itself that is buying. Of course, these are the people who are getting into the BlackRock ETF. So it could be retail as well. Down the line, if you go, then you can understand what is exactly going on. All right. But again, apart from the Bitcoin ETFs, the SEC's conditional green light for spot Ethereum ETFs were also issued, and Trump media also filed for a combined Bitcoin and Ethereum fund a few weeks ago. And also, futures-free yield-bearing ETH products are already in the queue. A lot of analysts also believe that the US crypto ETFs are going to triple within the next 1 year. So again, we do have consistent ETF inflows for Bitcoin even when it is trading above $100,000. The second factor is the US Genius Act for stablecoins. Now, what is this Genius Act? So the Senate has already passed the Genius Act, and the House is fast tracking the Overlapping Stable Act of 2025. All right, both bills create a single bank-style licensing regime, explicit one-to-one reserve rules, and real-time disclosure for fiat-backed coins. If either reaches the president's desk, then the US dollar will become the world's first G20 currency with a national stablecoin stature. And what does that basically mean in simple words is that with the US Genius Act for the stablecoins, a lot of companies and banks will be allowed to issue stablecoins. That would be additional new liquidity or new money coming into the markets, and that would definitely fuel the cycle even further. All right. The third thing, which not a lot of people are talking about right now, is European Union's MiCA rules for exchanges. If you remember correctly, USDT was banned in Europe, and now it is coming back. It is expected that the banks and the exchanges are going to regulate the stablecoins and the stablecoin law in the European Union as well. And that is going to come into fruition by Q4 of this year. If that happens, then again, you are getting a whole lot more additional new liquidity coming into the market. Apart from that, the fourth reason is definitely going to be BlackRock's Build Fund, or the Build Fund as they like to call it, which has already smashed $2.9 billion and is now accepted as a collateral on Crypto.com and Deribit. Moreover, rivals like Fidelity, Franklin, and Invesco are already trying to get something like this done. And with more than $11 billion in TVL in treasuries backed real world assets already, analysts expect money market fund tokens to outpace stablecoins for on-chain savings by Q2 of 2026. So again, real world assets, DeFi, these are the sectors that are getting some huge catalyst for now, right? Apart from that, we also have the UK's Digital Securities Sandbox, which again, not a lot of people are talking about. They have opened for applications in February, Euroclear confirmed entry, and the Bank of England and FCA are already drafting phase 2 rules to allow public company equities by early 2026. Meanwhile, Japan's regulators lowered tax frictions, triggering the biggest STO pipeline yet. Alright. Apart from that, Nomura Holdings project 150 billion yen or $1 billion issuance in the financial year of 2025. So these are a few catalysts that are still fueling the super cycle that we are all in. Alright, now coming on to the good part, the best part, the playbook, what you should be doing. You have understood the problem, you have understood the catalysts. Now what you should be doing to position yourself into the right portfolio. That is what we are going to be discussing right away. So guys, how do we position ourselves? First off, you need to focus on altcoins that satisfy these given conditions that I'm sharing with you all. And don't worry guys, I will also give you the altcoins and I will also give you the strategy. So just stick with me. All right. The first one is going to be the coins that have consistent mind share and attention. Think of it for a second. Are there any altcoins that have stayed in the attention, in the mind share, on crypto Twitter as well as on YouTube and other social media places for over a year? Are there a few altcoins like those? Second is going to be the altcoins linked to current developments in the crypto industry, which I did mention already about these few catalysts as I gave you. So that would bring me to two categories at the moment, which are going to be RWA and DeFi. Alright, of course, there is AI in my opinion, and there are a lot of advancements with AI. But again, you have to understand that it is still very speculative. The crypto plus AI conjuncture is still very speculative. And you have to understand that it's not yet easy enough to be trusting each and every crypto product that promises to do something in the AI space, because it has also become some sort of a buzzword and a lot of people are using it in the wrong way. You have to understand one thing, guys, that this cycle we have seen bad players turning into devs and devs turning into bad players. This is the cycle's truth. All right, moving on to the next one, we have altcoins with charts that look good because investors like green, and so does retail, that FOMO at the highs. So if you don't have a good looking chart which has a nice uptrend structure, then again guys, people will be scared to buy your bags. So if you're holding something that is consistently going towards the downside, it is very likely that you might not be getting those kind of returns which you are still expecting. We might get a little bit of short squeezes because again, a lot of these assets are also available on future exchanges, which means that there are a lot of shorts that get piled up on these type of coins which are just going down, right? So we do get these short squeezes, but the moment you get these short squeezes or these movements towards the upside in price, we always get people selling those pumps. And that is again another trap that has been set by the market makers for this cycle for you. It is not as easy as the previous cycles. And if you're not doing something different from what you were doing in the previous cycle, if you were there, then guys, I am damn sure you're not going to be making the exact amount of money or even as close to what you would have made in the previous cycles if you just follow the exact same steps that you did in the past. You have to adapt, or you just have to let go of the dream that you are going to make it really big in this particular cycle, because guys, the time is running out. We have already been over a year since the halving. All right, moving on to the last and the final condition, we have altcoins that have direct benefit from multiple narrative based catalysts. So if you are just getting into a play that is only going to get benefit from the DeFi sector, and not from any other sector, then again guys, if only and if only the DeFi sector pumps, that is when you're going to get the pump on your altcoin as well. But if you have a coin that suits multiple different narratives, then again, you will get these mini seasons across different narratives and your particular altcoin will continue to show strength, right? Now let's talk about some additional tips, guys. First off, keep your portfolio consolidated so you can manage and keep checks every day. I have a plan, and in my plan, what I'm doing is I have 5 major coins which I am going to be holding 60 to 80% of my portfolio in. And no guys, I'm not holding Bitcoin, Ethereum or Solana, even though I really want that once the cycle is done, once I believe that, we have topped out, I still think guys, and I still stand by my thesis that Bitcoin is going to $180,000 to $220,000 in this cycle. And when that happens, I am willing to sell my altcoins. And whenever I feel comfortable buying Bitcoin, I would want to get some Bitcoin instead of just staying in these altcoins. But again, for now, for the current situation of the market and the current phase of the cycle that we are in, I am more focused into these 5 altcoins, and I've already shared these 5 altcoins, 5 major altcoins in the Hybrid Whales 100x channel. So if you are interested to get that list, make sure that you check the first link in the description section below and join us in the 100x channel. In this video guys, I will give you a few coins, but these are going to be only the replacements for the top 5 coins that I have chosen. All right, if you want the top 5 coins, then you have to get into the 100x program, but I'll give you all of the beta plays. All right, so basically with this tip, we have our portfolio consolidated. We are not buying 100 different coins that we cannot even manage. Sometimes you would have seen that if you're holding like 30, 40 or even 100 coins, I know I have been there. If you're holding 100 coins and one pumps, it might just pump and come back down and you might not even get to know. And that is basically why guys, I want that your portfolio is consolidated into a limited number of coins which you can track every single day. You have a watch list, you have some alerts set up for 5 coins, and you know what is going on with these coins. If there is a dip and you have some funds left to DCA and you want to DCA, then make sure that you do. Otherwise, it's practically impossible guys that you are going to be monitoring 100 coins every single day, because the market is very fast guys. This is a very fast market and this is the easiest, hardest way to make money online, getting into crypto, right? Moving on to the next one guys, we have diversify but don't lose sight. Hence, make 2 wallets, one for the majors and one for the quick flips. So I'm not saying that you just get the 5 coins and then you go to sleep. If you have extra time, if you can put in the work, and if you have some amount of risk appetite, then definitely guys, go for the quick flips, go for the on-chain plays. Try and make your bag bigger and bigger, but don't stick to those plays. Get out of them after a 2x, 3x, 5x, 10x, whatever you are able to get out of them completely. It's fine guys. You will always get the next play. That is indeed one point that I will discuss in just a moment. But the next one is going to be, do not trust influencers and KOLs. They lie all the time to pump their bags and sell on you. Choose wisely. So again, the coins that I'm going to be sharing with you all, it's not like that I bought them at $100,000 market cap and then I'm sharing it with you all. They are all well-established altcoins, which of course I don't have a significant supply of that I can dump on you. So again, this would not apply for me for this particular video. But again, guys, do not trust me either. All right, I'm not asking you to trust me. All I'm telling you is make sure that you are deciding for yourself and you're not getting influenced by these people. I know a whole lot of influencers who are just farming you guys. It's not easy for influencers to make money in this type of market. How are they making money? They're making money off you. All right, I don't want that to happen. So that is why I'm just speaking the truth. And I don't see a whole lot of people speaking the truth like I am doing right now. And that is the tragedy of this industry, in my opinion. Anyway, do not trust influencers and KOLs. They lie all the time to pump their bags and sell on you. So choose wisely. All these partnerships, Alex Becker has bought this one, Elliott Trades has bought this one. Guys, they are getting 1%, 2%, 3% supply of the coin, and that is why they're mentioning it. And once the job is done, they are not supposed to be talking about it over and over again, and that is why they don't. And then the coins go to zero. So do not get stuck in these type of environments, in my opinion. Definitely, guys, it's not financial advice. So you choose who you want to follow. You choose who you want to get influenced by, and that is going to be up to you. I'm not telling you anything else. All right, next one is pretty much related, guys. Stop following the herd, stop buying the top and thinking you won't get another play. You always will. That is what I was talking about. Sometimes what happens is a coin is pumping, right? Recently, Altcoin was pumping, and I know a whole lot of people, a whole lot of retail would have bought the absolute top. Recently, SPX 6900 was pumping, and a whole lot of people would have bought the absolute top again, right? It's not like they won't go back up higher, but guys, you can wait for your entries. And there are these are the good ones, guys, by the way. Altcoin and SPX 6900, they go really well with the current market, all right? I think they can do very well. They are meme coins, but they are much more of cult meme coins. They have some sort of an ideology, all right, a narrative behind them. So that is what they are doing right now. But again, apart from that, there are a lot of other plays which are like very tiny market cap on Ethereum, like AI plays, as well as, you know, some smart wallet plays, like recently with 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 that crypto god John got into, and I did share the update about that. He got into at around $13 million market cap. I shared it at around 11.5 million in the 100x program, mentioned it, and then it went to like $20 to $23 million market cap, and then it started to come back down. Now, I'm not saying, guys, that it cannot go to 100 million or $200 million market cap, but you have to understand, are you just getting in on a project just because a whole lot of other people are talking about it, or are you getting into it because you like it? Right? You have to understand that 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 is a smart wallet, and I've seen hundreds of these kind of projects come and go. They all pump and then they go to zero. That is why I told the 100x members as well to sell it, you know, take profits, get out. All right, that is what I suggest, and that is what you should be doing if you wish. But again, not financial advice, guys, so do not follow the herd and stop buying the top. And do not think, guys, that you won't be getting another play, because you will. I'm telling you, you will. All right, the market does not go anywhere. You will always get another trade. You will always get another investment opportunity. You will always get it, right? There are too many fishes in this sea. All you need to do is choose wisely, and all you need to do is make sure that once you fish, you have it on your plate, and then you are done with it. Do not put it up on the wall, all right? Have it and then get away with it. And the last point is right here, which is focus on building a stable coin reserve, guys. This is very, very important in my opinion. You can also get yields on top of them and be ready for new opportunities. So if you have a fixed portfolio of 5 coins that you like, which are going to be your major portfolio, and then you have like 20 to 40% of your portfolio for the flipping part, where you are flipping one coin into another, trying to build your bag, get into stable coins, right? In that particular bag, in the smaller flip portfolio bag, make sure you're building some sort of a USDT or USDC portfolio in there, because sometimes there are opportunities that you want to get into, but then you don't have dry powder, which means that you do not have enough money to get into them, and you have to sell some of the holdings that you really believed in earlier on, but now you have to sell it because the new shiny thing appears more shiny and more rewarding for the time being. Right? That is where you have to keep control and keep a check of your emotions. So do not get in because of your emotions. That is another point I would want to mention right around here. All right, now let's talk about the beta plays that I shared in the 100x program. I will share a few. I have like 12 beta plays which can be replacing the major plays that I've already shared in the 100x program. 5 major plays and then 12 beta plays, so you can pick and choose for yourself as well if you're getting into the 100x program, by the way. All right, the link is given in the description section below. So I'll get into these 12 plays, but I'll share like 6 plays with you all in this particular video, otherwise it will be very, very long for me as well as for you to watch. So let's get right into it, guys. All right, guys, so the first one is going to be 𝗕𝗠𝗠𝗠𝗘𝗥𝗦. This is a leading lending and borrowing protocol on Base, has a very good TVL, currently sitting at $376 million market cap at $1.22, FDV of 1.22 billion. And the reason why I am getting into this one as a beta play, again, it's not my number one bet. It's betting on Coinbase. It's for the future developments on Coinbase, as well as on the price of Ethereum. If Ethereum starts to break out, definitely Base plays or plays on the Base layer 2 network are also going to be doing pretty well. And that is where 𝗕𝗠𝗠𝗠𝗘𝗥𝗦 comes into play in my opinion. And also they have a lot of different partnerships in which they are doing pretty well. Currently the risk to reward is also looking pretty good, because in January we went all the way to $3.8. So we are already down like 60-70% from the highs, and this seems to be a very nice zone of support right around here between $1 and $1.2. Alright, moving on to the next one, guys, we have Marinade Finance and the ticker is MNDE. And I'm quite surprised because a whole lot of influencers and KOLs have talked about 𝗕𝗘𝗪, which is another play on Solana, which works in the liquid staking category on Solana. And because we are very close to a Solana ETF, in my opinion, we are getting a whole lot of traction into these Solana ETF plays, which could be doing pretty well. If you want a complete video on which altcoins I think could be doing pretty well if Solana ETF gets approved, make sure, guys, that you comment down below. I will create that video very soon, probably next week. So make sure that you comment down below. If you're not commenting, guys, I'm not going to be doing that video. And basically, guys, a lot of people have been talking about 𝗕𝗘𝗪 because with the Solana ETF, there is a noise that Solana will be allowed to be staked. The Solana ETF will be allowed to be staked as liquid staking, and that would get some yield of like 4 to 5% on top of the ETF that the people are going to get into. Alright, and that is why a lot of traction has basically shifted to 𝗕𝗘𝗪. Alright, but I think Marinade is going to be the hidden player here because Canary Capital's filing has named Marinade Select as the exclusive staking provider for its Solana staking ETF. Now, if the SEC eventually lets issuers stake, every SOL held by that ETF funnels through the Marinade's validator set, boosting delegated stake and protocol fees. Alright, and it is already done. So we don't really have a confirmation on 𝗕𝗘𝗪 yet, but still everybody is talking about it. And then again, if you compare the TVL of Marinade as well as 𝗕𝗘𝗪, you are going to learn a few good things. I'm not going to go deeper, but again, this is sitting at just $47 million market cap, guys. The chart is also looking fine, in my opinion. We have a nice structure of higher highs and higher lows coming back into support around 11 cents right now, FDV of just $115 million. So in my opinion, Marinade Finance or MNDE is going to be a pretty good bet if you are trying to front run the Solana ETF hype. That is definitely going to come around, in my opinion. Another play that I like, guys, is going to be Pendle. This is in the RWA as well as DeFi space, and institutions and big money, smart money, they all like yields. All right, they're not into getting something for $100,000 and trying to sell it at $200,000. They're into staking something or getting some yield on $1 billion, and even like 5%, 10% yield on $1 billion is enough money, guys. And that is why Pendle is something that I think is really undervalued at the moment at just $589 million market cap. If we are getting some sort of a super cycle this time, guys, Pendle is really undervalued. And again, we have a nice structure so far, but I would want to break this structure towards the downside because again, you are getting lower highs and lower lows. So once you break out, that is going to be a very nice trigger, in my opinion, for Pendle. In my last video, I've already done a complete technical analysis on Pendle, so make sure that you check that one out, guys. It is also alpha packed like this one. I hope you're liking this one, guys, and if you do, then make sure, guys, that you do like the video down below as well and click on that thumbs up icon. All right, moving on to the next one, guys, I want to talk about 𝗕𝗙 Finance. This is Syrup, and this chart has been also trending towards the upside, currently coming around 44 cents for the pullback that we are getting across the markets. And again, guys, $500 million market cap. This is from the RWA sector, and 𝗕𝗙 Finance delegate model lets KYC'd asset managers spin up pools for shipping finance. And this is also the first protocol to fuse under collateralized lending with tokenized treasuries. I think Syrup, the new token that they launched, is going to do pretty well, but you should be looking out for some dips. Now again, guys, these are beta plays. Alright, the major plays that I've already shared in the 100x program are much better than these beta plays. These are just asymmetric bets on top of those major players that I've already shared. Alright, apart from that, there is definitely going to be a new inclusion, which is going to be Spark, and that is basically SKP, which you can see right around here. This is a protocol play on MakerDAO. So again, you are getting some sort of a leveraged bet on Maker or the Sky token as well. And this is currently sitting at $68 million market cap, FDV of 404 million. So definitely a whole lot of dilution is going to come. But as far as I've seen, for the next 12 months, there are no unlocks. And that is precisely the length of the cycle, in my opinion. So again, it is going to stay with $68 million market cap, and the upside potential is definitely going to be crazy. And you will understand why when I show you the statistics on DeFi Llama. $6 billion, guys, in TVL. And you look at the chart right here. It is just exploding towards the upside, guys. Just since March, it has tripled. All right. And again, I think this one is definitely going to be one of the key players going forward. This has just launched, and that is why you see this dump towards the downside. It has been like 3-4 days since it launched. So I'm expecting price to bounce off between 0.035 and 0.039. And that is precisely where we are currently sitting at. So little downside is possible because this is a new launch, but again, I think this is definitely going to come back very strong. So this could be a very nice play in my opinion yet again. Apart from that, guys, if you are talking about meme coins, I think 𝗕𝗪𝗠𝗪 is really good because it already has a lot of mind share as well as SPX 6900. These are going to be some of the best meme coins that you can get into with size. All right. But again, guys, you have to make sure that you're entering at the right price point. And if you want to know exactly where you should be entering, because I give you the exact entry point as well where I enter. And I give you these levels way before the price actually comes back down to these levels. All right. So make sure, guys, that you join the premium channel or the 100x channel. These are the places where you can get these exact bounce zones on all of these assets and even on requested assets that you may want to know about. All right. So again, 𝗕𝗪𝗠𝗪 as well as SPX 6900. If you want to go even down the risk curve, then we have this one, which is a new edition right now. And it's called Useless Coin, currently sitting at $108 million market cap. I think we have a new high right here. So I have to move these levels right here. And yeah, so we have these levels right now. A support resistance flip, which is going to come around $37 million. If price comes back here, that is going to be a strong zone of interest. Above that, we have another zone, which is around $50 million. And again, I'm giving you lower entry points because of the fact that you can see right here, guys, price is going higher. We have higher highs in price, but we have lower highs in volume. And that is telling me, guys, that the momentum is shifting towards the bears for this particular coin for the time being. So again, we might get some sort of a correction, and you're always looking for some sort of a 60 to 70% correction to get in. And that is exactly what I gave you with 𝗕𝗘𝗪 as well. Just check out my previous videos and check where I gave you the entry zones for 𝗕𝗘𝗪, and then check out the chart right now. Check out this right here as well. You know, if you're not following me on X, then I don't know what you're doing, guys. I gave you this right here, Aura. I told you that you should wait for your entry. If you want to get into Aura, I would not suggest you that to get into Aura, by the way. It's very overvalued in my opinion. But again, if you want to get into, then also this was the region for selling, $166 million market cap. And today, if you see right here, this is what we are currently trading at, $114 million market cap. And then again, I'm saying, have some patience. The bounce zone is right around here in this region. And you might wick into 47.65 million. But again, I'm expecting that we might see a little bit of a bounce, at least for this one, because it has a lot of mind share, to say the least, at the moment. All right. So I'm not telling you to buy Aura, but what I'm telling you is to get on X and follow at 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗠𝗠𝗘𝗥𝗦. So you get these kind of updates. I randomly give you the technical analysis on any coin that I think is, you know, something that you really need to know. All right. Apart from that, the last play for this one, which I think you are going to like even more, is going to be one that is very less talked about at the moment. And that is going to complement the play that I've chosen in the 5 coins list for the 100x members as well, which is going to be the hidden winner. In the original list, the 5 coins list, which is the majors list, I hope you are getting the difference between the plays that I'm giving you right now and the plays that I've shared in the 100x program, because right now I'm giving you the beta plays, the optional plays. All right. So just like this one, I've shared another play which could act as a hidden gem. And this one for you all is WorldCoin, WLD. Currently sitting at 87 cents, guys, market cap of 1.42 billion. And if I show you the all-time chart, this is what it looks like. We pumped all the way to $11.6, guys, back in March of last year, when there was a whole lot of hype around this one. But then it dried off. Now, one thing I need to tell you all about is I met the people from WorldCoin last year in Singapore at the Super AI event. And I really had a few doubts about WorldCoin and the iris scan and all of that stuff, which I really do not endorse. But again, you know, the answers that they gave me, I was quite surprised at how these guys were able to answer each and every question that I did to them. And that is where I had to shift my bias towards WorldCoin as being one of the good coins in my opinion. So again, right now we are sitting at 1.42 billion with FDV of 8.7 billion, and this is your bet for ChatGPT, for OpenAI, and on Sam Altman as well. So there is no way to basically buy a stock for ChatGPT's success or for OpenAI's success as of now. Maybe they do a public offering later on, and that would be very bad for WorldCoin. All right, I am telling you again. So this is the only downside for me to get into WorldCoin. But apart from that, if you just look at the risk to reward and the price point where you are getting it right now at 87 cents, I think the risk to reward is exponential here, and this can easily go like 10x from here. So you can have a larger portion of your portfolio into WorldCoin as well. And again, guys, these picks are very, very different from what you would actually see me shilling on YouTube or anywhere else, and what you would actually see other people shill on YouTube or on other places. And the reason behind that is the fact that I did do a whole lot of research, and I gave you the plays that have the mind share, that have the power to stay multi-cycles, that have multiple narratives and reasons for me to be in, and that have good statistics on chain. So these are my plays. These are the beta plays. Yet again, I need to mention it. And my favorite plays, the top 5 plays that I have positioned my portfolio into, are available in the 100x program if you are interested. Otherwise, these are good. And also, guys, if you just follow the strategies that I talked about in this video, then I still believe that you're going to come out as a winner by the end of this bull run, or the super cycle that we all talk about. If you enjoyed this video, guys, then please make sure that you drop a like, because I spent a whole lot of time to do the research and bring you this kind of alpha. And if you like this type of videos, then make sure that you comment down below as well. And also, guys, if you're new to the channel and you don't know me, then I've been doing this for more than 5 years now. And if you want to see more of me, then make sure that you smash that subscribe button and also ring the bell notification icon so that you can be notified whenever I put up another update. That's all, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, keep hustling.